Right, welcome back to Smithy Walks the Wales Coastal Path, and today it's Tuesday the 4th of November 2025. I'm on stage 31 of the Wales Coastal Path today, and this is going to be from Llan-non to Quay. It's about 11 miles, a wee shorter one today, coming through Abereran, and hopefully with the tide times when I come into Quay I'll be able to walk round the beach there rather than take the high road. I'll be taking the low road. As usual, the BBC weather forecast not doing what it says, and the rain should have gone off about an hour ago at least, but it's still raining, so hopefully it will go off soon. It's forecast to do. I watched loads of other videos on the Wales Coastal Path. I'll just mention Webby's Walks today. Oh, cracking series of videos. Webby's a couple of stages behind me now, well worth watching. And I do golf videos, so when I'm walking I have to introduce myself on the walk in the same way as I do in the golf course. So let's get going.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's stage number 31 of the Wales Coastal Path from Llan-non to Quay on the walk from Kirkintilloch in Scotland, Smithy!
I'm at the start point on the beach at Llan-non, and yesterday I came up the steps and avoided going over the stream to come to this bit into the centre of Llan-non, and I've come walking down a different road which crosses the stream further up. I'll just show you why I didn't bother trying to cross the stream yesterday. You can come along the beach when the tide is out, and the tide was out yesterday but it's in today. This is the stream to cross. Well, I don't think so. Might be a bit better down there if the tide was out. So I possibly could have crossed it yesterday. But that's enough of that. Get a new start point. We're heading away down there, but we're going to go off into the fields first. Oh, it's a bit of a dismal start to the walk. Into the wind. It's still raining. Oh dear. Not be doing much videoing at the start part of the walk. I'll keep fingers crossed for this rain to go off. Makes it a bit easier. A lot of heavy overnight rain last night. Probably the path will be a bit of a mud bath today. But we've got the poles, hopefully not too many falls. And this is the Slate Bridge. We're about a mile out of Llan-non. I better be careful going across this, it's going to be very, very slippy today. A lot of rain coming down in the stream there, of the river going into the sea. You see we're not far from the waves. All the rain's starting to ease off a wee bit, and we continue along this path towards Abereran. Oh, look at that, that's nice there. Looks as if we're going to be heading up the hill in a wee bit, because we're not walking across that beach, that's for sure. Oh, there's a big waterfall there as well, look at that. Quay, the finishing point today, away to the right hand side. A bit shrouded in mist just now. Looking back down now, and the start point is near that big white building there, just in the beach there. And you end up walking along just at the top of the beach. So it's all flat, and now we start to rise, coming up into the cliff tops. Here around, you can see the path cut nicely in amongst the bracken there. Just looking back down, there's the problem with the heavy overnight rain. That stream there, I'd imagine in the summer it's just stepping stones. I just get my feet wet. a wee bit tricky there. Glad I had the poles there, otherwise it would have been a wee bit of a jump for it. On a stream works its way down. Bit of waterfall down the cliffs. Quite dramatic. That's a wonderful cliff top walk here. And just before I start descending down towards Aberarth, look down the coast. You're up high above the sea. Bit of a drop. Just looking back and away down the way back up north down the coast. Oh, look at that. It's a big white grassy path and it's very easy to walk on. The only problem was a couple of streams when it was, particularly the first one that I had to cross. Second one wasn't too bad. Oh, views are tremendous. Wind in your face. I'm down to light drizzle now. I'm coming down off the headland above the cliffs. And that's Aberarth just down there. I'm going to be walking through there. Then further along, I think that's Aberarth. It's further along there. And still way high up in the distance, way beyond that's the finishing point in Quay. Just looking out to sea. Oh, there's first vestiges of a rainbow there. Coming into the village of Aberarth. One of the first houses. Oh, I just love all the paintwork there. Absolutely beautiful that. Carry on up this lane. See if we can find my way through Aberarth without getting the guidebook out. This part's the potential for going wrong in Aberarth. Coast pass sign pointing back down from where I've been. And a lot of people might think to turn right down to the sea, back down to the water, but you go left. And about 30 yards further up there's another coast pass sign to the right hand side. So still not get the guidebook out. This is going to be a scenic little bit. We're going to cross the stream or the river. Little bridge here. Following it down to the sea. We turn round. Lovely little cottages. Oh, look at that. That's certainly fast flowing today. I'll just do today's logistics with this fantastic site behind me. The stream of the river in full flow in Aberarth. Yesterday when I finished the walk, get the bus back from Llan-non to Aberystwyth. Then I drove to Quay where I'm 2 nights in the hotel there. So early this morning, get the bus to Llan-non this morning. I absolutely drenched coming out of the hotel and I walked to the bus stop. No shelter there either. So I've got my car parked in Quay all day and hopefully if I finish this early enough, I'll get the bus back into Aberystwyth. I'll try out the pubs there because I was round a few in Quay last night and there's none left to try. Just look at that water behind me. Walked round past Aberarth Hall, the blue building. Taking us down, back onto the coast. I tell you what, Aberarth is really, really pretty. Real picture postcard little village. Back on the coast path again. Just coming down. Next stop, Aberystwyth. That's the steps down to the beach at Aberarth. We turn left, walking above the beach along the coast path. walking out to sea just off the beach at Aberarth. Oh, there's a fair number of surfers out there. Waves don't look that big, but obviously the surfers enjoy them. That's enough. I don't see any of them standing up yet, they're all lying down on the board. I think you're meant to be standing up surfing. The waves have died down a wee bit now. Oh, they're still there. It's like a pod of surfers. They're waiting to catch a wave. Looks as if they'll be waiting for a wee while. I still don't get it. They're way over there on the right hand side. And all the waves are here on the left. Look, there's some biggies coming in there. Oh, hang on, wait a minute. No, they've caught one. Whoa, off they go. No, they're back again. That was just a freak. Well, one of the things I love doing is looking back. And away in the distance, I can see the White House. Or it's a hotel. It's near the beach where I started at Llan-non today. There's the headland there. And you descend back down through the field. And the Aberarth there on the right hand side. I have to say this bit between Aberarth and Abereran isn't quite as spectacular. But it's nice looking at the sea though, you're very close to it. I can't see much up in front of me. Heading into Abereran now. And the path takes you along, it's along the beach sort of thing, or at the back of the beach. All the stones. And eventually I'm coming off where it's a wee bit less stony, a bit more grassy. Look back round. Aberarth back in the distance now. I've arrived in Abereran now. Looking down the river. I've got to go round, I've got to cross the bridge further in there. Around the town. And from the viewing point of Abereran, looking back, can't really see much. Most of the bit where I've come from is away around the corner there. I'm not walking out to the end there, I don't think so. I think I'll go and find something to eat. Whether it's a bakery or a cafe, get a couple of rolls, a cup of tea somewhere. Just working my way around the river, Abereran, the bridge over there. I've just been walking down the north side of the river, in Abereran. A little basin here, kind of harbour. That's the bridge there, it's going to take me up onto the main street, and then we'll walk back down the south side of the river. And the wooden bridge at Abereran, pedestrian bridge. Look towards the road bridge. Certainly fast flowing the river there. And heading away down to sea. That's the pedestrian bridge I've just come over. Now standing on the road bridge. Gonna head down the main street, get a quick bite to eat before I head off. Well, that's brunch over with. Went to the high street. Bacon roll, ham and cheese panini, lemon and polenta cake, and a cracking cup of tea. Well, now heading down the south side of the river, take me back to the sea. Then on towards Quay. on the climb out of Aberavon. As the footpath closed it, that bit down there, I walked along the beach thinking I could sneak up over the rocks. Oh, I had to go back again. Still clamber over the rocks, sneak onto the footpath. So there's a bit of it closed and there's a little diversion, so I kind of bypassed the diversion. Well, the views all seem to be back the way just now. See, higher up from Aberavon. And it's kind of a bit of land just jutting out there, what it comes out to sea from the river. A few swells coming up from the sea there. As I've reached the top of the headland, one of the highest points in the path, I can now see in front of me. And there, that next headland that's jutting out there, that's Quay. I'll be finishing along the beach there because the tide's going to be out, and probably right next to my hotel. And there's the path going along the side, all the bracken there, look at the slope, all the inlets. I'm finding this really strange when I can see the finishing point, Quay, in the distance there. So it's not a particularly long walk for me today, like 11 miles, but when I come to the last few miles, I always seem to find just in your head goes, oh, I'm tired. We're going to be walking down the hill here, and I keep looking up and it just gets ever closer, and then sometimes you think, oh, is it getting further away? Oh, here's an interesting descent down to the bridge. The stream get out to sea. I'm back up that way. Poles at the ready, could be a bit slippy. Up the hill from the other side of the stream. I could go down there and have a look, but it looks a bit too dangerous, a bit too steep. Look at the cliffs there. That might be a big waterfall there. That stream falls off over the cliff, I think. Oh, and there's a different animal. No sheep today, not seen any coos. First sight of some horses. I'm not really keen on horses, I don't like being in the same field as them. Don't mind watching them racing, but yeah, just don't trust them. They look friendly. This is the part that I've seen in other people's videos, I just think just looks amazing. Little bridge over the Llan-non down there. So the Drury Valley comes down out to sea. Little path in there. I was going to say a steep descent, but I'm just looking at the bit going back up the way. Oh my goodness. That looks a bit of a challenge. Oh, this is the Llan-non. Oh my god, this valley's spectacular. Got the water rushing down there. I'm down at the bridge, and that's just going to plunge off the top there. Get a big waterfall. Could go to the side and have a look, but I don't dare. This is a bit as near as I can go to get a view as the Drury falls down. The waterfall down to the sea there, and the cliffs. Bit of power of the water there. Coming across that bridge there, one of the most spectacular things I've ever seen. Oh, we're across one valley. There's Quay, the end point over there. Slightly closer than the last time. Well, I've been walking for about half an hour to an hour. Doesn't look that much closer. Just following the signs in the guidebook. Oh, I've come down, brought me back down to sea level. I'm looking back up there. And steps down here. So I'm going along the beach. It says if the tide's out I can go along the beach, and Quay should be round the corner, another big beach. Well, we'll find out. Walking along the beach now. The guidebook doesn't seem too clear on this part. So there's two parts and it's all dependent on whether the tide's in or not. So this is a low road. I think there isn't a path as such, you can just walk round the beach to Quay. Or the other bit, instead of dropping down to the beach, you go away along the country lanes and it brings you the high road into Quay. So to use the song, you take the high road and I'll take the low road. and I'll be in Quay before you. Well, I don't seem to be following the guidebook instructions at all. I'll come round one beach, fortunately with the tide out, and there's the beach now, and there's Quay up there, straight ahead. Well, I can see somebody coming down a path to the beach, which is probably the one I should have gone on over there, but oh, there's a bit of a river. There it is, going out to sea. Now, can I go back up across there, or can I just walk across when it shallows out a wee bit? That's a possibility. Well, that was a bit of an adventure. I couldn't see a path back up the river. Thought I'd have a long walk to find the bridge. So I thought I'd come across the river as it comes out to sea. Soaking. So I just waded in. Across we go. Oh, Quay away around there. Sand all the way, hopefully. And walking along the beach, and now with my feet absolutely soaking. I thought I could walk right round to the finish point round there, but I was speaking to one of the other beach walkers. He says no, it's a bit lethal round there, a bit dangerous. So up the steps and along the lane and down to the finish point. I'm coming off the beach now, up these steps, finish point over there. And the guidebook saying, well, if the tide's out you can virtually walk right round the beach. Well, it's not quite strictly true, and it doesn't tell you as well that there's been heavy rainfall. All the little streams and rivers running down to the sea, you're going to have to cross them. Oh, feet are soaking, as I said before. I'm only a couple of 100 yards away from the finish line now in Quay. A bit of a harbour there, a bit of a sheltered bay, another bit of a breakwater. There's the bay right round where I was walking the beach, and across the river away to the wee bit that's jutting out there. Well, that's the end of the walk today here at Quay. 11 miles today. Some exhilarating walking away up in the cliffs. A wee bit treacherous at some points with the overnight rainfall, so poles coming into good use. Well, a highlight today was the Driveway Valley and just watching the river come plunging down. Pity I didn't take the wee extra path where I would have been able to see it plunging over the cliffs. I'll maybe look that up online. Last couple of miles coming into Quay. It was a wee bit confusing. I looked at the coast path signs and it didn't seem to match up with what it was saying in the guidebook. And there's two ways. There's a high road if the tide's in. The tide was out, so I decided to walk the beach. And unfortunately I came down onto the wrong beach and had to cross a river to get onto the next beach, which got my feet really wet. And across that beach in front of me, and it says you can walk that in the summer. Well, it said you can walk it any time if the tide's out, but in the winter there's too much water coming down from the streams, So you're getting your feet wet again, having to cross these little streams and rivers. That after the initial rain turned into a wee bit of drizzle, and then nothing at all after that, just cloudy. Oh, my favourite bit would have been between Llan-non and Aberarth, and coming through Aberarth, that was really nice. A few miles after that to Aberarn is a bit nondescript, and a steep hill out of Aberarn, and it's really nice up in the cliff tops there. I can't particularly say I enjoyed the last couple of miles coming into New Quay. If I'd got the instructions right, it might have been a bit better, or if I knew where I was going. But that's going to be all for today, and it's probably my last Wales Coastal Path of 2025. So I've been with 6 days this year, not as many as previous years. Been a wee bit busy with the golf, various other things, and walked the Northumberland Coast Path as well. I'll hopefully be back down, if the weather's okay, I'll be back down just at the turn of the year. So I'll go down to Colwyn Bay for New Year, and then make my way further south if the weather's okay for a bit of walking. That's all for today, but we've got to get to the pub to finish off with, as you know. And this is the Hotel Penwick. I'm going in here for a celebratory pint. I say I have my second night staying here tonight, but I'm getting the bus into Aberarn to do the pubs there. So I've done the pubs in New Quay now. And speaking of pubs, let's get in for that pint. Well, that's the end of stage 31 of the Wales Coastal Path from Llan-non to New Quay, and I've been told the hotel can be pronounced the Hotel Penwy. So this is the Hotel Penwy, and it's a pint of Reverend James. Cheers everybody. Oh, can't beat the Reverend James.